Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's do our chanting before our meditation. You can turn to page number 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tasse bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhasse. the three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. 5 precepts. Panati pata viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, adinādāna viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, kāmesu micchācārā viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, musāvādā viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, surameraya majñya pamadatthāna viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and a long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Itipiso bhagavā arahang samma sambuddho viññācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhammasārati සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko ehi passiko opanayiko paccattam vedittabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujjupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Sāmīti patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugami Attha purisa puggala Ese bhagavato sāvaka sangho Āhuniyo pāhuniyo Dakkiniyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang puññakkettang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page, offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarappaditthene Deepene tamadang sina Tiloka deepang sambuddhang Pujayami tamonudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhara yuttene Dupenang sugandhina Pujaye pujaniyang tang Puja bhajane muttamang. Offering of flowers. Vanna gandhe gunopetang etang kusuma santating Pujayami munindasya Siripade saroruhe Pujami buddhang kusumene nene Punyene mitene labhami mokkang Pumpang milayati yatha idang mi Kayo tatayati vinasa bhavang. Offering of water. Adivasi tunu bhanti Paniyang parikampitang Anukampang upadaya Patigan hatu uttame. Offering of drinks. අදිවාසීතුනු බන්ති ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තමේ. Worship of shrines. Vandami citiyang sabbang sabbetani supatittitang saririka dhatu mahabodhin buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Iccheva matchante namaste namaste manu rate natte yang punya bisandang vipulang aratang tansanu bhavin hatante Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the linking in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities, as a smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Welcome everyone for meditation session. Let us get together and make a genuine effort to transform our mind to one of the most wholesome state. And it is so glad that you are all joining us today. You all make a decision to come and join this practice because this is one of the best times that we should utilize these important techniques. This is spiritual practices. This is the time that we need for ourselves inner strength, more inner resources to deal with these difficulties. This is also the best time that we can genuinely make expand our loving kindness for the all other people. There are many people who are going through such difficulties, and this is the best time to think about all of them and make our wish, and radiate our loving kindness and genuinely making that wish for the whole people to feel better and for the whole collective humanity to shift and change. So, how wonderful we can do it together. So, let us do it right now, and this is gradually guiding our mind to come to a very wholesome place and opening our heart and genuinely making these wholesome wishes to ourselves and to everyone else, and then also developing our mindfulness so then with that will give us inner strength to go through this difficult period. So our practice is to benefit so many others and to become a person who will benefit, who will be helpful, compassionate for many beings. So we develop our inner strength in order to be more helpful, more compassionate to others, and then be a catalyst for the positive change. So rejoice your decision to come here, and rejoice your effort you made to come and sit in this meditation, and make a let us make a determination. Make a determination that I will use this opportunity. I will make use of this wholesome gathering. I will make use of this wholesome guidance, and I will engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, let us now listen to the sound of the bell and allow ourselves to come to this present moment. Gather your attention and bring all your attention to this present moment and use the sound of the bell to do that. And at the end of the sound, we will do our chant Namo Buddhaya to further help ourselves to settle into this moment. Namo Buddhaya. Feel your body. Let us be in this body, right here and now. Observing the sensations available in the body and using these sensations as an anchor to be here, to simplify our mind, and to be in the present moment. Feel the legs, lower legs where they touch now, closely observing the sensations when legs are touching the floor. And gently moving up gradually, feeling whatever sensation along the way, all the way to your hips, and feel the press muscles against the cushion or chair. And we can enhance our awareness of the body, moving little upward observing our whole back area and observing the whole shoulder blades, shoulders, and then gently coming down through our arms, close, observing the shoulder, and then gradually arm, and mentally travel from arm via elbow all the way to the palms and fingers. Let us do the both arms one after the other. And gently observing the subtle movement of the belly happening right now with the gentle flow of the breath. And moving to our chest, acknowledging the sensations there, feeling whatever movements there. And then gently coming all the way to our face, observing all the subtle sensation around the face, the movement of the air in the nostrils, the touch sensation in the lips, and observing how the eyelids are resting on the eyeballs, forehead, and the head. Let us be in this body. Now we are aware that this body is here, and this is a nice place to be, nice place to settle. Let us be with our body, be here and now in this body, nowhere else but right here in this body. With this awareness of the body, we can further relax our body. This is the best time that we can completely relax our body. Right now, we are fully aware of the body. So we can fully become aware any tension, tightness, or discomfort in anywhere in the body. We can understand which area of the body needs some opening, needs some relaxation. So this is the best time that we give a chance to this body to completely relax. We are all sitting in a very safe place. Very safe place. So we don't have to be stressful. We can completely let go of our concerns in this very safe, friendly place. We can completely let go and relax our body. No need to keep any stress muscles, any tense muscles. We can completely let it go and relax. Let us utilize our breath to further relax our body. If you find any area that you need to relax further, maybe around your forehead, maybe around your chest, maybe back and belly, whatever area that you feel some heaviness or tightness. Let us focus on that area and we will purposely relax that area by utilizing our breath. Let us take a slow, long breath. Let us lengthen our in breath, filling our lungs with fresh air, taking a long, slow breath, and release that breath very slowly while opening up that area, relaxing, releasing, loosening that area that we want to relax. Let us take another slow, long breath and release that air slowly and further relaxing, releasing, loosening that area. Another slow, long breath and slowly releasing that air while further and further relaxing, releasing, loosening, dropping the whole body. Now this body is resting with relaxed muscles. We can let this body to be with no tightness. Simply let your hands to lie there. No tightness in your fingers. Let them simply lie there as relaxed as they can. And we will let this body to rest. Letting this body to rest, let us now bring our whole attention to our mind. Letting the body to rest, we bring our whole attention to our mind and gently watch what is in our mind right now. Just watch whatever thoughts occurring right now without choosing any one thought to develop further. We will simply keep noticing and dropping, noticing and dropping whatever thought, memory is coming to our mind. Various random thoughts, memories, images keep popping up in our mind. And this is the ordinary mind. These thoughts, these memories are popping up due to our habits, due to our concerns we are having these days. So they are randomly occurring one after the other. We will remind ourselves whatever thoughts, memories come into our mind right now are not necessarily really happening now. Although we feel very serious about these thoughts, none of them are happening right now. Let us remind ourselves of that. Whatever thoughts, memories about past incidents, those incidents have already happened. They are not happening now. They have gone. They are gone forever. So we can let go of all these thoughts. No need to worry about them. They're not really happening now. And any thoughts or images about the future, they are simply our projections, our guesses, our imaginations. They are not happening either. So we will simply remind ourselves of this fact and let go of these thoughts. No need to bother about them, at least for this next few minutes. We will keep dropping these thoughts and simplify our mind, making our mind simplify with less thoughts and emotions, simplifying the mind. With this simplified mind, let us now invite a wholesome thought to our mind, a wholesome thought, wholesome mental quality. Let us purposefully, with effort, with inner strength, let us purposefully invite a wholesome quality to our mind. This is the best time to make our mind as wholesome as we can. Right now, we can gradually guide our mind to the most wholesome place. Let us invite loving kindness to arise in our mind. We all have this capacity deep in our mind. Allow this beautiful, wholesome, loving kindness to arise. Loving kindness is the willingness for everyone to be well. Am I willing if everyone is safe? Am I willing if everyone is happy? If we have this willingness, just generate it, activate it. Loving kindness is the friendliness towards all beings. Being friendly to everyone in the deep in our heart. Loving kindness is the genuine wish of well-being towards all. Let us bring that wholesome quality to the surface in our mind. Just like when we see a little baby, the smiling face of a little baby. When we see such a little baby, how do we feel? Just like when we are petting a little puppy, a kitten, or little bird, or any other pet. Open your heart just like that, with readiness to care, with willingness for the well-being. Just make that mind. This is loving kindness. Let us enhance this beautiful quality. Let us cultivate this beautiful quality to become strong and strong. We can make this wholesome quality stronger by making more and more wishes of loving kindness. Let us keep making wishes of loving kindness to everyone, including ourselves. Let us first direct this whole loving kindness to ourselves. That genuine willingness to be well, friendliness, and genuine wish of well-being. Direct that whole wish, that whole loving kindness to ourselves. Feel your presence here. Feel your presence in this place, sitting right here. Let us make a genuine wish as if someone sitting behind us is making to us. May this person sitting right here be well, be safe, be strong, be peaceful. Continue. Continue to make all good wishes to yourself. If you have a special concern, a particular concern these days, make a specific wish for yourself wholeheartedly, with kindness to ourselves, with forgiveness and acceptance and compassion to ourselves. Make a specific wish if you have a particular concern these days. Go ahead and do it now. Let us also take a moment to direct this loving kindness to this body. All the organs and systems in this body have been helping us to live this precious human life. Let us continue to direct this loving kindness throughout this body, letting this loving kindness intention to travel throughout the body, healing each part of the body. May these lungs, which are very important for us these days, feel your lungs when the air is filling the lungs. Make a genuine wish. May these lungs and whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system, even helping us right now, be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digesting system, all the organs in this whole digesting system, helping us to absorb the nutritions and to making our body strong and healthy. May this whole digesting system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys and whole genitourinary system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, this whole spinal cord, and this whole brain, all different regions in this brain, helping us to interact with the world and continue our life. May this whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. May all these bones and all these joints throughout the body, may all of them be well, be healthy, be healed. May all these muscles, ligaments, and tendons throughout this body be well, be healthy, be healed. Allow this loving kindness intention to travel to each part of the body, to each corner of this body, Allow this loving kindness intention to envelop the whole body and let it heal the whole body. Let us now expand this loving kindness beyond ourselves to everyone else, wishing all others the same well being, same healing, same peace. Let us make the wish for all people who are connected to our life. May everyone in our family, may all our good friends, may all these beloved people in our life, including our spiritual friends who are practicing meditation with us right now, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond these beloved people to all other people living in this whole area. May all people living in this surrounding area, no matter who they are, may all of them be well, be well, be well. Let us expand this wish beyond this region to all other places. Let us direct this loving kindness to all people who are suffering due to infections, who are in pain due to other causes, to all of them in living in every direction. Let us take a moment for each direction to make this wish. May all people and all beings living in the direction of our front, whoever living in this direction right now, from here all the way to faraway places in this direction, may all of them be well, be well, be well. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our right, direct your attention to that area. May all of them living in our direction of our right. May all people and all other living beings in this direction living right now. May all of them be well, be well, be well. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our back, whoever they are, everyone living in this direction right now, near and far, be well, be well, be well. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our left, every one of them living in this direction right now, near and far, be well, be well, be well. May all people living in every direction, above, below, all across, may all living beings living in every direction, each and every living being, without exception, be well, be well, be well. Loving kindness pervade into every direction, loving kindness that embraces all beings, unbound loving kindness, limitless love, embracing all without exception. Rejoice. Rejoice this wholesome state of the mind, full of loving kindness for all beings without exception. Rejoice. Rejoice this noble, wholesome state of the mind. With this rejoice, let us settle our mind further and further. Let us try to enhance the calmness and peace that we are experiencing right now. As a result of loving kindness meditation, we have developed a calmness, a peace in our mind. Let us now gently move to enhance and cultivate that calmness and peace. We will bring our attention to our breath and simply observe the gentle flow of the breath. This breath is happening right now. Try to catch that sensation of the breath, what we feel when we are breathing in, what we feel when we are breathing out. Try to recognize that sensation and let us try to be with that sensation. Let us try to have a sustained attention to that experience of the breath. We will continue to watch the sensations of the breath, continue to watch the subtle movement, and even observing the changes happening to the breath when we are watching it. Let us rest our mind with with this breath. There's no hurry, nothing to worry. We will simply rest with our breath for next few minutes, bringing our attention back to the breath again and again. Whenever it has other thoughts or sounds or memories, we acknowledge them and bring our attention back to the breath and try to feel it fully. Be with the breath. Rest with the breath. These last few minutes, let us give our full effort to be with our breath, observing each breath as they are happening right now. Dukkha patace nidukkha bhayapattace nibbhaya Sukapatace Nisoka Hontu Sabbepi Paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of the meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have meditation in our life. Feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Feel grateful to anyone who helped your meditation tonight and to anyone who tried not to disturb your meditation tonight. Let us feel grateful to this device that can help us to connect to this meditation and to even to these non-living things, such as this chair that we are sitting on, the cushion, this bell, and everything. With deep gratitude towards all people and all things that helped our meditation, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, it is our discussion time. That we started a new topic last week, Bante, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what we started?
Uh, 5 Indriyas, right?
5 Indriyas,
Yeah.
5 spiritual faculties.
Yeah.
Sometimes also called five spiritual powers.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we started to discuss these 5 spiritual faculties. So last week we discussed one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember which one we discussed last week?
The first one, Shraddha or Saddha.
Saddha, yeah.
Yeah.
Saddha, the faith.
Mhm.
So, and today will be the second one.
Mhm.
Yeah, just to refresh the memories of our you know um, fellow meditators. So we were talking about these 5 spiritual faculties, and can also be called 5 spiritual powers that we all possess, but not in the same level. They stay as capacities, but we can gradually grow. And then Bante said, in Pali words is Indriyas, right? Indriyas, the meaning of Indra or Indriya is like controlling. So like controlling powers, and usually we are controlled by, our senses, but we can also use these 5 spiritual faculties to control us. And so in the spiritual growth, we are gradually weakening and transcending, overcoming our defilements. Like all kind of defiling tendencies, thoughts like maybe jealousy, attachment, anger. So those things we are removing. But spiritual growth is not only about removing unwholesome qualities, but also developing wholesome qualities. So the 5 spiritual powers are of five qualities that we develop, that we grow. So we discussed the first one, which is saddha, faith. That means faith in the potential of transcendence, faith in the possibility of transcendence, like going beyond, I can be more than this. And also faith in the spiritual teachers who have transcended the limitations of human mind. And the first teacher, the most important teacher, is the Buddha. So faith in the enlightenment of the Buddha, the confidence and appreciation of the Buddha and other enlightened teachers, masters, and then having that faith and confidence that although usually many of us are experiencing a limited mind, it's still an imperfect mind, but believing that it can be transcended. We we can go beyond this limited mind, and that is faith. That faith is a very important spiritual power. That's what really push us to do so many things, and take risks, So today is related to that, and today is the second one, and it's called virya in Pali. So it has been translated in numerous ways. Usually it is translated as effort or energy, sometimes exertion, strength. But I found a very I also would like to call it willpower. Willpower, yeah. willpower. And I also found an interesting term in English called vigor. That would be like very close translation of the virya. So this is about our ability to to like it's similar to willpower, to not to succumb, not to become victim to our the external environment or internal tendencies, but to choose what to do and what to think. You know, um, there can be a situation that like inviting us to do certain thing. Maybe that situation is conducive to say a bad word, for example. So naturally, we will incline to do that. But as human beings, we have a power, if we want, observe that, and then purposely not to say that bad word, and instead we change and we do something else. That ability to change, that ability to shift, I can call that ability to choose. It's called virya. It's called, we can call it vigor. It's not really physical, vigor, strength, but it's like a mental ability to like redirect. Yes. Um, I mean, we exercise this vigor, and quite often in our life, without really recognizing it. So now today we need to recognize that ability, and then we can enhance that, we can develop that. For example, Bante, let's say these days it is very cold, right? Very cold, all in the morning, right? Early in the morning is very cold. We used to wake up in the morning. Usually we had like sunlight and everything is bright, but now even in the morning it's very dark, right? So in the morning, when it's very cold, it's still dark. When you like wake up, and conditions are like inviting us to sleep more, right? Sleep more because everything is still dark and everything is cold. You like to go back to your you go back to your blanket and sleep more. That's so the every condition, environmental condition, your bodily condition, maybe everything is like supporting you to like sleep more. But why did you wake up in this morning when everything is conducive for you to sleep, but you still will wake up, right? So and wake up, and I mean, of course, not only wake up, we get up. Sometimes we can wake up and not and stay bed and not getting up. And so, but maybe we have important tasks to do, and so if you have important tasks and if you have other important thing, although your body is telling you to sleep, although environment is like pushing you to sleep, but you don't listen. You make a decision, you choose to wake up, and that is very, that is bigger. That you mentally like go beyond the go beyond what is really the conditions, beyond the condition. That is bigger, that is very same thing. I mean, maybe like maybe we had a busy day, we did a lot of things, maybe we had to travel a lot, we came back, we feel so tired at home, and you don't feel like cooking dinner, too tired. You think that, okay, I will just whatever in the refrigerator, whatever, I make a very simple one and just eat it, too tired to cook. Maybe you may feel that. But then maybe someone is coming, or maybe that it is a special day. You need to like treat the other partner at home. It's a special day. Or maybe so although you feel so tired, doesn't feel like cooking, but still I'm going to cook. I'm going to bear this tiredness, I'm going to cook. So all the conditions are like pushing you to like eat a very simple meal and go to sleep, but you don't do it. You do something different, and you take effort. And that is virya. You can call it vigor, we can call it energy or strength. So what I thought about is this, like how when environmental conditions are like pushing us to do one thing, but as human beings, if we want, we can choose and get some energy and do something else. That is virya. We can do the same with regard to our mental life. Let's say let's say, someone is using very bad words and very hurtful words, and our and then that provides us a condition to say a bad word, right? And also, like, so that's, and if even in such a situation, let's say that condition, that environment also, like, motivating us to have angry thoughts. Even such a situation, if we can become aware of those initial unpleasant, resentful thoughts, and then purposely not to let those resentful thoughts to continue, and make a decision. No, I'm not going to, buy into this. I'm not going to trap into this condition. And you purposefully, change the train of your thoughts. That is virya. That ability is virya. That ability is virya. And so mainly in here, when Buddha talks about these five spiritual powers, he talks about that ability in our mind, that, when the environment, when everything is like pushing you to have unwholesome thought, maybe even like, that craving, desire, but you become mindful, you observe that, initial arising, and you purposefully make a decision and change the trend, like the train of thoughts. And we have that ability. We may not be successful all the time, but we have that potential. The more we use it, more we exercise it, we can develop that ability, like, not to be always conditioned by the environment. And it's also another way, one way to explain this, for our friends to understand, is to like to understand it like a power to choose. Sometimes it's almost like we have no choice, in some certain situation. But in most situations, there are choices we can make, but we don't really make use that, you know, that ability, because we simply, become victims to the situation. But we have power to choose. Even like we can take an example, like whenever we hear so many sounds, right now, you hear so many sounds happening here, but we can choose to which one to pay attention to, right? I mean, of course, now they have, chosen to pay attention to, our noise voice, but there can be so many sounds. Maybe you can hear the tick of the clock. Maybe you can hear, the hum of your refrigerator. Maybe, you can hear, some, sounds making, sound made by your pet, whatever. I mean, there may be many sounds happening. So then you can choose which one to pay attention to, or you can simply go by, your attraction. Maybe, maybe the gravity of the sound. Usually that's what we do. Either we are simply become victim to the gravity of the sound, or maybe, attractive nature of in the stimulus, and we just pay attention. But if we want, we can we can purposefully pay attention to something, whatever thing that we want to pay attention to. That is exactly what we do in our meditation, right? And, I mean, in particular in loving kindness meditation, we have options to think so many things, right? And we can think about anything, so many things. But then we purposefully choose to direct our mind to that, that direct that loving kindness train of thoughts. So, it's in a way a power to choose. Like, even, right now we can get stimulus to our five senses. We can see things, we can hear things, we can taste, we can smell, and then if you want, we can choose which one to pay our attention to. There can be attractive of stimulus, or you can just become victim to that attractiveness, or like, power, like, powerfulness, or gravity, or you can purposely choose which one to pay attention to. That's virya. So I have interesting story, Bante. Um, this story is about a master and a meditation teacher, and the, so no, the master and a disciple. Yes, a student of meditation. So a student of meditation, this student has a lot of problems of keep stay focused. stay paying attention to the object of meditation. So whenever he sit down, he want to settle his mind. He hears so many sounds. His smell comes. All these things happening. Many thoughts occurring. His mind is all over the place. Very common when begin of meditation. So it's a very common question. So he really wanted to ask, is there any technique, to like pay attention to this breath? So we went to the master and asked this question. Why I can't, why my mind is all over the place. What I can do? And then master told him a story about an elephant and a fly, the biggest animal and the yeah, small animal. So elephant and the fly. That is the story. So one day an elephant was eating under a tree, and is taking branches from the tree, and then also taking grasses from the ground, and very quietly taking time, very focused on what he is doing. This elephant was eating and enjoying his dinner, chewing and eating and chewing. And then a fly came around. A fly came around and going all over the place and making buzzing sound and moving quickly, swiftly, and then come and landed on the ear of the elephant. And usually, this fly has experience. Whenever he land on elephant's ear, and next time the elephant will flip the ear, and then he will be thrown out. He knows about it, but he realized that he landed on one place, but elephant didn't bother and kept eating, and he again fly and make another buzzing sound, and he landed on another place of a ear. Still, you know the elephant is not moved. He just keep eating. He got very quite curious, and he try to go to the other um, ear, and making all these sounds and moving and going across him, and then he landed, and still the elephant is like not it's not bothered by that. And he really wanted to ask, what is happening here. According to the story,
Yeah.
the fly asked from the elephant, "Didn't you see me?" Because fly wanted some attention. The fly asked the elephant, "Didn't you see me?" And then elephant said, "Oh, you are there. I saw you. I noticed you. Then why you didn't care about me? I'm buzzing here, I'm moving here, I'm landing on your ear. You didn't seem to like notice me. You didn't seem to like bothered by my my movement." And then elephant said that, "Oh, I noticed you are moving around, but I decided to choose what I should pay attention to. I could see you, I could hear your sound, but I decided to choose where to pay my attention. So right now I'm eating. Right now I'm touching the grass, touching the leaves. I'm putting it in my mouth. So I have a sensation to pay attention to. So I noticed you, I heard you, but I decided to choose my attention to this, and that is what I'm doing. So choosing where to pay my attention to. So when we take five senses, we have five senses, but if you want, we can choose which one to pay our attention to. Normally, we will simply be driven by the gravity of the sensation or maybe attractiveness, but we also have power to choose. So that's what the elephants answer. So I choose to pay attention to the sensation of my mouth rather than the sensation of my ear. So and before that, actually, the elephant asks a counter question from the fly. Tell me first why you are moving all around. Why you can't sit at one place. Why you want to like run around and move around. And then the fly said that because I see so many things. There are so many colors. So many smells. So many things to eat. So I'm attracted to so many things. I want to like go and here and there, and that's why I'm moving. And then elephant said, I also noticed so many things, but I chose which one to pay attention to. Then the master told the student, that's what you have to do. You can choose. You have that power. You can choose which one to pay attention to. Maybe you'll be suddenly, attracted by the gravity or whatever, but then you can come back. we can choose, and that is virya, that like being able to come back. So in all the conditions are asking us to do unwholesome thing, but if we can pay attention and then change it, and that's called virya. So vigor, we can call it vigor. Yeah, vigor, mental vigor, mental vigor. So we have that. We exercise it, quite frequently, but we need to recognize that and we need to develop that. So I would like to ask our friends, and if you like, if you have any specific questions about this, virya, this vigor, this willpower, in terms of which thought to pay our attention, which thought to continue, which thought to which one to pay our attention to. So if you have any questions, any thoughts, any sharing, please use our chat, live chat section, and write your questions. And if you do it now, and we will be able to see it, because sometimes it takes time to like appear. So please feel free to type your question, or give your comments or whatever right here. So virya, the vigor. And in Bante, in our Buddhist practice, what we call Noble Eightfold Path, we have an important item in the section of mental culture. The last three, in the first one is called right effort. Right effort. So effort and the vigor that we are talking about are very connected. Yeah. So virya, why we call it vigor or virya or energy, when we talks about the ability. But effort is the application of that ability. Application of the ability. So we have this vigor, we have this strength, and then when we apply that to our, when we really use it, we call it effort. So, and that is what we do in our meditation too, right? And we know we want to pay our attention to our breath, then we can hear sounds, we can have some other memory. You become aware of it, and you make an effort to come back. That's a making an effort, and that is using the vigor, virya. And so, in the description, we find when we talk about right effort, that is applying the vigor, there are four ways that we need to do that. We need to maintain this vigor to drop unwholesome mental states. And Buddha was talking about, mainly focusing about how we can use this vigor, this willpower, this power to choose, to change our mental qualities, our mental life, our mental life. So we can choose which thought to entertain and which thought to drop. We don't have to simply attend to all thoughts occurring in our mind. Just like we don't have to attend to all things that we see. We don't have to attend to all the sounds that we hear. We don't have to. We can choose. So in the same way, Buddha is saying that we can do the same to our mental life. So make choosing which thoughts to entertain or which thoughts to drop, and that is the applying the vigor. Then we call it effort, mental effort, right effort. So Buddha say that there are four ways we can do it. One is not entertaining already arisen unwholesome thoughts. Let's say, because of certain situation, we had we I mean our an anger arose in our mind, or maybe a jealousy arose in our mind, maybe sadness arose in our mind, and maybe whatever, unwholesome state can arise, and maybe we have a tendency to have those unwholesome tendencies. So whatever arise in unwholesome tendencies, so we can choose. We cannot stop the arising of these thoughts. So that's interesting, point here. We cannot stop arising of these thoughts. What we can do is to decide whether to entertain them, whether to continue them, or drop them. So and that is one application of the vigor we call effort, like not like observing unwholesome mental state and not to entertain them and drop them, like abandon them and choose something else. And also making effort, to create our lifestyle that not allowing unhorizon, unwholesome mental states to arise. Like, let's say we have never, I mean, maybe we haven't experienced unwholesome mental state of jealousy, for example, or maybe, and then we create an environment, we are very mindful not that unwholesome mental state to arise. We can create, we don't put ourselves into the situation that will arise. So mainly abandoning whatever already arises in unwholesome mental state, and all at the same time creating an environment and making our lifestyle in a way that those unwholesome mental state will not arise in the first place. And the two others, there are four. Two others are about wholesome mental state. We can make effort to to generate wholesome mental state that we don't experience quite often. In our loving kindness meditation, exactly that is what we did. Of course we experience loving kindness once in a while, but most of the time we experience, maybe disappointments, frustration, but loving kindness is, well, loving kindness as a quality is a one possible quality that we have. So we can purposefully make effort to create it. We can purposefully make effort to create joy, empathetic joy, sympathetic joy. And we can purposefully, make create, make effort to create appreciation of others, create effort to feel grateful. So that is like making effort, like, like purposefully thinking about, purposefully recovering memories to feel grateful, and that is one effort. And also to maintain wholesome mental state that has arisen already. Like whenever we experience a wholesome mental state, do not let it die soon. Usually we are very good. If we have an unwholesome mental state, such as anger, we keep it whole day, at least half of the day. But if we happen to experience a wholesome mental state, maybe we feel grateful about a person. We feel appreciation about that, the integrity, honesty of that person. But it will stay only for a few seconds and die. We don't make effort to like maintain that. And effort, right? Effort is also to maintain such a wholesome state. So, so all these are application of vigor or willpower or virya, power to choose. So that is we have to do. So, Bandi, do you have any questions from our people?
You see, one question maybe from
Yeah.
Kyoko.
Okay. We have. Thank you, Kyoko. We have a question here. Uh, yeah, I think yes, a comment. Yeah, I think Kyoko is dealing with the incidents and children, and I think she has experienced that many of our children are lacking motivation, and because of the, I think, situation, yeah, and particularly December is a very joyful, cheerful time for children. I think they are missing so many of that opportunities. Yes, it's a sad thing, but I think, of course, we can create environment for them to feel joyful, and cheerful. But at the same time, we need to teach them. Of course, there are so many, maybe there's a negative things we can see, but we can also purposefully choose a positive things to watch, positive thing to think about. And even when it comes to their own thoughts, they as children it will be difficult, but we still can, teach them to choose. Yeah, I think maybe this is a time that we have to make some specific effort to stay positive. Stay positive. That is why we have these programs. That is why we have our children's meditation program, right? Maybe, Keiko, one thing you can do, we can, share our Zoom link with your children, and encourage them to come to our meditation. We give some techniques, tools for our children to stay positive during this difficult period in our meditation program on Sundays, Sunday evenings, every Sunday evening. It is a Zoom program because we want to see our children, and so maybe that is one thing we can do. So even so, understanding that we have this willpower, the power to choose, this vigor is very important. And Buddha taught us that that is one of the spiritual powers that we have. And the more we exercise it, more we use it, more we develop that ability. And when the enlightened sages, enlightened masters, they can completely decide which one to think, because their virya, their vigor is so strong. They can choose which one to think, and they can, if they want, they can see beauty in ugly. If they want, they can see ugliness in the beauty. They are expert. They have masters. They have mastered the vigor, so they can choose. And normally, it's like like, so not being always conditioned by the environment and not conditioned by the situation, but they have developed the ability to go beyond. And we all have that. So that's what Buddha is asking us to pay attention to that, recognize that we have this vigor, this willpower, this power to choose and grow it. And that's a spiritual power. So there are 5 of them. Today we learn the second one. The first one is the faith in the possibility of going beyond our limited mind, and faith in the people and enlightened beings who have done it so, and willingness to take risk and in practice. And the second one is vigor, or spiritual energy, or strength. We can also call it effort. But we also have to remember that we need to balance the effort, because sometimes we may put too much effort. Because whenever we put effort, without our knowing, we get this idea of control. So, and there were disciples at the time of the Buddha who are trying so hard, and they think that I'm going to meditate, I'm going to stay for a whole night, but you can't simply control in that way. So we need to be careful. We need to put effort, but effort has to be balanced, not too much and not too little. And the example given by the Buddha is the tuning of a lute, tuning of the musical instrument. The string has to be not too tight and not too loose. So I think finding that balance is very difficult. It depends on the context. When you're too lazy, then you need more effort. When you're so energetic and so hyper, you don't need effort. You have like minimum effort. So you need to balance based on the situation, based on the condition, based on the context. And I think when Buddhism came to the Western countries, in many of the Dhamma talks that we find in Western countries, you don't find reference to this virya. We always talks about mindfulness. We always talks about discernment and and those qualities, but very rarely teachers talks about virya, this vigor, this effort. Bhante, later I realized that why they don't talk too much about it, because many of the people that living in the technological era are already in a kind of control freaks. I mean, we have this idea of controlling everything. We call it control freaks. Like they want to control everything. I think that is why the teachers who came to Western countries didn't talk much about virya, because they may confuse that we are talking about, yes, you need to control. You need to control your mind. You need to control your body. You need to control others. Yeah, this is not really about controlling. This is a gentle effort, gentle effort. So that is about balancing. Yeah. So I hope that you remember this wonderful ability that we all have. Just remember, we have this willpower, we have this power to choose, we have this vigor that we can choose. We don't have to attend to all our thoughts. We don't have to attend to all the stimulus coming to us. We can choose which one to pay our attention to. Always choose wholesome one. We have this power to shift, power to choose, and that will change your life. So develop that spiritual power. Let's talk about the third one next week. It will be more interesting. Okay, do you have any questions, Bhante? All right, no, thank you. Okay, let us now move to the second part of our program. If you are having a chanting book, please turn to page number 14. If you don't have one, just follow us, just listen to our chanting. If you like to have one, Write that in our chat section with your address. We will post one to you. Okay, now is the time that we can share this goodness with all others. By coming to this practice and doing this practice together, we have generated so much goodness, so much good energy, so much merits, good karma in our mind. We can share these merits, this good karma with all others. Let us think about all other people and people who may not have chance to do such a good practice. Let us share our merits with them and wishing them also to be well and happy. First of all, let us think about all our family members who have passed away, people who helped us, people who loved us so much. With gratitude and appreciation, let us think about all of them and share these merits with them all. May all of our departed relatives, our ancestors, share these merits. May they benefit from these merits. May they be well and happy wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other beings. If there's any other being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ittavata che amhehi zambhatang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattha anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Okay, this is our blessing service. So we are going to chant for you now. We will chant the Loving Kindness Sutra. Loving Kindness Sutra is a very powerful, wholesome sutra. The Buddha has given this sutra with the out of compassion for all beings. So we are going to chant the same sutra for you now, wishing all of you healing, wishing all of you stronger immunity, good health, peace, and happiness. If you'd like to share these merits with someone else, you can recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. And may all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, be safe, be healthy, and be peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. නමෝ තස් භගවතු අරහතු සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස කරණීය මත්ත කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අபிසමිච්ච සක්කෝ ජෝච සුජෝච සුවචෝ චසංස මුදුවනති මානි සම්තොසංසකෝච සුභරෝච අපපගිච්චෝච සල්ලහොකවොත් සම්ත්‍රින්ද්‍රියෝච නිපකෝච අපපගම්බෝ කුලේසු අනනුගින්දෝනච කොද්දං සමාජරේ කිංචියේන විඤ්ඤෝ පරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සොකිනෝ වාකේමිනෝ හොන්තු සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තා යේකේචිපාන භූතත් තසාවාතාවරාවා අනවසේසාදීඝාවායේ මහන්තා මජ්ජිමාරස්සකානුකතුලා දිට්ඨාවායේව අද්දිට්ඨා යේච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේසී සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තාන පරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත නාතිමං චිනං කංචේ ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥානාඤ්ඤමඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛමිච්ඡේය මාතා යතානියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරක්කේ එවං පෙසබ්බ භූතේසු මාන සංභාවය අපරිමානං මෙත්තං ච සම්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සංභාවයි අපරිමානං උද්ධං අදෝච තිරියං ච අසංවාදං අවීරං අසපත්තං තෙත්තං චරං නිසින්නෝ වාසයානෝ යාව තස්ස විගද මිද්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිට්ඨේ බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දිට්ඨිංච අනුපගම්ම සීල දස්සනීන සංපන්නෝ කාමීසු විනීයගේදං නහි ජාතු ගබ්බසෙය්‍යං පුනරේති ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සොත්තිතේ හෝතු සම්බදා ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සම්බරෝගෝ විනස්සතු ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සම්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බරෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්තන්තරාය සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ Let us spend a moment of reflection. Let us recall to our mind whatever kind deed that we were able to do during last few days. Think about an actual incident in which you were able to do a kind deed, helping someone, giving something to someone, or sharing your knowledge with someone, or listening to someone's pains and concerns. Just recall an actual incident. Let us rejoice these kind deeds. These kind deeds show that we can grow our goodness. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about the help you received from others during last few days. Think about a moment that someone showed his or her kindness to you, or someone helped you. Remember a concrete event. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for joining with us today. We look forward to see you again, and keep the positive attitude, and we can move through this period together. And I wish you a good period, a good celebration with your family members, but following health precautions, and use vigor, your willpower, power to choose as much as you can during this week. See you next time. Okay. Wish you good health. Have a great night.